Hi everyone, it's Cindy A. Lewis and I am bringing you a cute little DIY project. It's a paper craft of an accordion memory book for a shower. So I got this shower invitation. It's oh dear, a little buck is on the way. It's so cute. And you can see the paper that they used. And then here's the little jute string to hold the little invitation together. So that's the theme that I'm using for my gift in my project. So I want to share with you how to put this together because you could use it for any theme that you like. And I just want to share with you my project and give you how to create it. For my album, I'm going to create a accordion book, memory book, that is basically a 5x7 page book. And I'm going to have, I'm going to show you how I have all the folds. So my cover will be the 5x7 and everything. So I'm going to show you first the papers. I don't want to get anyone confused with how we get this started, but you will need your paper cutter or some scissors and a ruler to measure. And then you're going to need some papers. So I'm using black as my base, and then I'm using some papers from this Plaid Tidings. You can see I've already cut my papers. And these are all cut, and I'll show you the measurements for those in just a second. But I picked all my papers from this book. And then, of course, I said my binder, my accordion, and my base pages are out of this black cardstock. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for the moment. And I'm going to keep one of these pages right here so I can show you how I create the accordion. The next thing that I want to show you is that you're going to cut your accordion, and your accordion is going to be a 5x8 sheet because we're making these about half sheet size of the 8.5x11. Okay, so to create the accordion, which is going to hold all your pages like this, that's my cover. So it's going to make your own memory book like this. So you need an accordion, right? So this is a 5x8 sheet. So you would take your black cardstock and you would cut a 8-inch. This is an 8.5, so we're going to cut it at 8 inches. And then a 5-inch piece here. Just like this. And then you have your 5x8, you can see. All right, so now what you need to do is take your sheet and you're gonna score it so that you have your fold edges. And what I scored it on every inch. So here is, so say your first inch, oh, I'm over just a tad, let me make sure. All right. All right, so my first inch is here, and that's going to be my cover. That's this one that holds my cover. And then I'm going to score an inch all the rest of the way. Once you do that, I'm just trying to speed things up for you here. Once you score your inches, you're going to fold in, and this is my cover. And then I'm going to fold in this one, and that is my back cover. It's hard to see black, but and then you're going to take, and every other one you're going to fold in. So just like you made fans in elementary school, this is the one you fold in, and then you're going to fold this one, and then this way, and this way. So then you have your fan. All right, so that's your accordion, and you're going to put a page on this one for your cover. So you decide what your cover is going to be, and then you're going to have a backing here, a back page. Then you're going to add your other pages on either side of your accordion. So let's make the pages, and then we'll talk about how we add them to the accordion afterwards. All right, so remember I told you that my black pages are my base. So all my base pages are 5 by 7, and I cut 8 of these, and they are 5 by 7. All right, and then I cut these, which are my cover. This is my cover. This is my little insert with my theme page. And this one I cut 4 3/4 this way and 6 3/4 this way. So 4 3/4 tall and 6 3/4 long. So, or anyway. All right, so then you're going to adhere your base to your insert page right here. This is my cover. So when I put this on my accordion, it's gonna go just like this. And that's gonna be my cover. So then I cut some additional sheets, and that's gonna be like page 1, and then this page, like this. I'm going to show you how we put them together real quick, and then we're going to actually put it together. So this one's going to go here, and then this one's going to go on the other side. And by doing it this way and adhering them together to create one page, it's going to give it more stability. Now, I'm not going to do a lot of decorating on this because this is for the mom and she's going to want to do that. But I'm building the memory book, and I'm going to put a few little things in there to decorate it, and a little tie and some ribbon or burlap and some twine. And then I have a few dies that I cut out, and they're little babies. And you can see these. I had this metal die, so I went ahead and cut a few of these out, and I'll use those for accents. And then I also have these little deer heads that I did out of black paper, and these were cut with, or punched out with my large punch from EK Tools. It's a deer head I had on hand. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So now what you need to do is cut your black pages 5 by 7 and your insert pages, which will be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. The next thing you need to do is adhere them. Now I'm going to take this page and I'm going to adhere it with this little bit of, matting on the back of it. And then this one will be adhered to the front for my cover. Okay. Now these, I need to adhere all of these together. But then I also need glue or some kind of adhesive on the back, because these will also adhere to the other page with the accordion in between. And then that will make my sturdy page. I'm trying to explain it, but we're just going to have to do it together. So I'm going to use my Creative Station. I have an older Creative Station here at home, and I'm going to add my adhesive with that. You can also use like a tape runner, or you can also use glue or stick glue or whatever you're comfortable with adhesive wise. But I thought this might be a clean way to adhere this together. So our step is create all your pages that you need to create your memory book. In other words, you're going to create an accordion. You're going to cut all these pages, your base and your decorative page. And then you're also going to have a cover for your accordion spine, which is this little sheet here, which is 3 inches. And I just did score the middle so you could see. It doesn't have to necessarily bend there, but that is going to go over the accordion once we get all our pages in there. It's going to be really cute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere all my inserts on top of my base pages and then we'll come back and put them together on the accordion. Now you've adhered all your pages. You have your cover for the front and your cover for the back that you will be putting the black to the back. Then you have your inside pages. Your inside pages will be, this is page 1 and 2, and those will become pages together. Then you'll have page 3 and 4 on the inside, and will be like this. And then your next page will be 5 and 6. So that will go in between your covers. All right, now the next thing that you need to do is we need to adhere these pages to the accordion. Now, what you need to do is you're gonna apply glue here to your page. My cover is on the inside gonna be black with nothing there. My cover on the back side, the inside will have the plaid, but I'm gonna leave the back black. So just the same way, like this. All right, now to adhere this, I can glue it with my glue. I wouldn't advise necessarily gluing your covers with your page runner tape. It is permanent adhesive, but it may get a lot of use, and you want to make sure that it holds. Okay, so to adhere my cover, I'm gonna take my glue, just like you do for your junk journal, and I'm gonna put it on this front flap. I wanna make sure it's not on the front. And I'm gonna take my cover page and I'm gonna push it all the way into that fold. Make sure it lines up with the edges just right. And then I'm gonna hold it a few minutes until it adheres really well. This glue dries fairly fast, but it does give you the ability to move it around a little bit before it, you know, is dried and permanent. But it does dry pretty fast if you like this Tombow Mono Aqua liquid glue. All right, so I'm gonna do my inside, my outside cover, and I'm gonna let that dry a minute. While that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply adhesive to the back, the black of my pages. That way, when I apply them to my mountain here on my accordion, that adhesive is going to adhere the two pages together like this. And then it will glue it to the mountain on the adhesive, on the accordion there. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead while this cover is drying and put the adhesive on the backs of my black pages. The black base. Again, if you do not have a Creative Station, glue works just fine. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is on my mountains here on my accordion, I'm gonna take 2 sheets and I'm going to adhere them to either side of the accordion and to each other to create a sturdy page. So I'm gonna do one side first and then the other. So I'm gonna take this one off my page, and again, if you don't want to use the Creative Station, use your glue. I'm going to, sometimes it's easier just to fold it. You want to make sure that you get your page to the valley or the fold. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down like that. So you can see how that worked really good. But now this side is super sticky, so you want to make sure that you don't adhere anything else to it but this other page. Now if you're using glue, again, just be real careful and put it on the page carefully and just take your time. So basically, I'm looking for that valley or that fold. I want to line it up just right. Before I do, I want to make sure it is exactly where I want it to be. And then I'm going to fold it down onto that and then adhere it to my other page. So now I've got my cover and I've got my page here. If you do have, like, it looks like this paper kind of had a, I don't know what, you can always put washi tape in between each one, and I may do that. I just haven't pulled that out yet. All right, so now I'm going to do the rest of these, and then I'm going to adhere my back cover. I have my pages now, making our little memory book here. So if you have some sticky, you may want to get some glue remover or something to rub along your edges that won't mess up your paper. If not, you can always use some ribbon or anything to cover those up. You can also take some of your extra papers and cover that. And I may do that too, just to make sure they all look exactly the same. But I'm just showing you how to put it together, and then I'll show you mine at the end. So now I'm going to take my back cover, which is going to glue here to this side of the accordion, and it's going to have a black back. So I'm going to take my glue and put it on this part of the accordion. I'm going to put my cover into that fold, make sure it lines up correctly with the whole book, and push it down. Now I have my accordion here. You could leave it like that if you wanted to. You can see how your book is coming together. Or I've made a cover for my accordion to be like a cover to my spine, to go over it like this, and then it creates its own like cover. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it to my accordion so that you can't see these valleys and peaks. And all I have to do is, this is a 3 by 5 inch piece of cardstock. That's the same cardstock as the others. I'm just going to glue it into my book here like this. And it's cut the same. And that's going to hold it together and cover that up and give it a finished look. Now my cover is created, and I have all my pages to decorate for my memory book like this. All right, so I'm gonna get all my decorating tools together so that you can see what I put together for this beautiful little memory book shower gift. Okay, so yeah, the deer is the theme, and I'm just gonna put this deer head down here on the front, and there we go. Now I have this cute little die with the metal die that I pulled out of my stash, and his name's gonna start with an N. So I had a little charm with an N. I'm just gonna put it right here on the edge of the book and put it down. Now again, you can use glue and whatever you want to do. If you have excess, just rub it off. All right, so there's the starting of my book. That's the outside. All right, I finished my little accordion memory book. So I'm gonna open this twine right here that I wrapped around and just show you what I put together. This is the die cut I showed you earlier with the charm, and then the little deer. And then here I put the little die cut again, and then just put a place for her to input his actual name and the birth date. And then here I put a little pocket with a tag and the praying hands, and just embellished it a little bit here on this page. I put a little bow and a place for a photo with a little clothespin here. And then the next page, I put a scripture for the baby. And then here's another little pocket. I didn't embellish this too much. I just put a tag and a little charm. And then on this page, I put some burlap and another tag, a little tuck spot, and then just outline the deer a little bit so you could see it better. And then that's that. So, and then I signed the back a little bit. So that's it. You can definitely make them bigger if you want to, but that's how you make the little accordion memory book. And I hope that you'll make one, and I hope that you were inspired some way to create something. So have a good night, and thanks for watching.